Hi Cancer, I'm here to do a weekly reading for you, and this is for the week of August 17th through about the 24th. Let's get into this, Cancer, and see what you can expect in the week ahead. Alright, we have rebirth, number 16. So something about rebirth, like you could be reimagining, reinventing, or rebirthing something. Something's coming back around. And we have the priest, perseverance and faith. All right, Cancer. This is for Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, and North Node. This is a general collective reading for Cancer. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you for your likes, subscribes, and comments. Let's get one more shuffle, Cancer. And let's see what's going on for you this week. Overall, we have the Justice card in the reverse, Cancer. And you're coming out as the Queen of Cups. All right, so there you are. I feel like you're showing up in your reading. Very compassionate, giving, generous, wise, and intuitive. There's a sense of injustice around you this week. You could be feeling like things are a little bit off. I feel like the challenge here is to transform situations that are inequitable or unjust or unfair, or there's some sort of corruption. It could involve the workplace. You do have the Death card here as the challenge, and it's in the reverse. So I'm getting that you could be trying to change things in your job or around you. You have a better vision or a deeper, more introspective vision of how things should be. You're very kind and loving, and I feel like you have insight into environments around you, circumstances that may seem unfair or out of balance, and you want to change those circumstances. Now, the outcome is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like even though your intentions are good to change and transform situations, you may or may not want to put the work needed into situations that are unfair. And let's find out why. So here you are as the Queen of Cups. You're ready to act from the heart, is what I feel with the Four of Swords in the reverse. You feel whole, you feel healed, and you're sure of your wisdom. You're sure of what you know in the heart. You come from the heart. You come from an authentic place. And you're ready to act on your authenticity and on genuine feelings that have good intentions for all, is what I feel. And so I feel like as you maybe survey your circumstances, whether this is in the work environment or in the family room, in the love department, you're ready to put your soul's ideas into action. You're ready to act from the heart, and you're ready to put yourself out there as a wise, intuitive person who can bring balance to situations and bring insight and love and compassion to situations. The challenge is, can you be the bearer of change? Are people going to listen to you? Are you going to be able to initiate changes in your environment, or is it like a hopeless situation? Let's see. You have the Death card in reverse. So I feel like the challenge is you being more expressive and passionate about your intuitive nudges. that deep Cancer inside is a loving, faithful, compassionate human being, and you're very much in touch with the divine. But in order to get your point across to others or get them to go along with this, with your ideas, you're going to have to become the Queen of Wands here and be like more outgoing, passionate, maybe even like an entrepreneur, someone that sells their ideas and makes them tangible for others. This could be in the form of artistic expression, developing creative products, bringing things into the tangible world, the way that you dress, the way that you create, the way that you present your ideas. You have to think them out in order to act out this intuitive, highly spiritual insight that you have from within. So it's like you're going to have to transmute the spiritual or the whatever your good intentions, your compassionate intentions, those are going to have to become some kind of reality show in order to appeal to people. In order to change the situation, it's like you're going to have to sell these ideas somehow in a way that's artistic, tangible, or easily perceived, and you got to express your passions about it. And that could be challenging to get out of that dreamy, mystical state of knowing. And we have the Eight of Pentacles here in the reverse. Why is that? So the Fool, you may feel like you can't take that risk. It may be a challenge for you to get down and dirty and be like the Queen of Wands. You may prefer to stay in that mystical kind of taking a back seat to your intuitive prowess rather than putting yourself out there and putting something really tangible out. You might just decide that you don't want to do it. You don't want to be the one. Fool card in the reverse with the Eight of Pentacles. So you may decide to pass up on an opportunity to change a situation and be the one to incite others and to express your deeper ideas. You may decide that you don't want to take on that position. Things are unfair though, and inequitable in some particular way in your surroundings. And you could be dealing with a fire sign that is manipulative, maybe even egotistical or overbearing. And you may see that. This could be someone you work with or a partner or a family member. King of Wands in the reverse with the Justice card in the reverse. This could be a fire sign with the Libra. This could be someone that is a show-off or a know-it-all or someone who manipulates people to... and they need a lot of attention, they need a lot of validation. And I feel like spiritually, you know this is not right, and you want to change the situation. But in order to do that, you're going to have to meet this person on another level. Not a mystical level, but on the same level of like fiery level. Like you have to be kind of like a warrior to meet this person on the same level. And I feel like it could be quite challenging, and you may just decide it's not worth it. You may decide to walk away or let this person kind of run. What is that saying? Like run, I forget the saying. It's like running over you, you know, or running over other people. This could be someone that's very controlling or flamboyant or promiscuous. This could be someone that like engages in like sexual harassment in the workplace, something like that. Or someone that comes across like they need their ego stroked all the time. And you see it, you know it, you intuitively want the situation to change or the environment to change. But it's challenging for you to get into a warrior stance, a divine feminine stance. So you may decide you don't want to deal with that. And you may decide that it's not worth the risk. But you have the Rebirth here. What is that? So the Page of Cups. So you want change, but you may do it in an innocent way, in a way that's non-abrasive or not, it's not confrontational. So you're trying to get a rebirth, but in a non-confrontational way. But intuitively, you know that whatever's going on in the workplace or in your environment regarding this situation, it's not equitable. So you're dealing with a situation that might continue, but you're going to try to persevere anyway and have faith that it will resolve by itself. You have the Five of Swords in the reverse. I feel like you just don't want to engage in conflict this week. And even though things are unfair or there's someone that's corrupt around you, I feel like you're going to kind of bite your tongue and bide your time and let things go for now and just persevere and see what happens in the future. Let's get a kipper for these. Tell me more about this Queen of Cups for Cancer. Why is the Queen of Cups here? Yeah, you're kind of in despair about the whole situation, but you could be keeping to your feelings to yourself. I mean, I'm almost getting like you're seeing this person or this environment as just disgusting, or you're disappointed and you intuitively know it's wrong. And it could be even making you depressed or in despair, but I feel like you're keeping that to yourself. The challenge is being the Queen of Wands, being really passionate and a warrior-like to go against this and change it. Yeah, you could be dealing with a main male, or you're a main male, but I feel like you're going to have to get into some sort of confident, assertive, masculine energy in order to confront this. And you may be sitting more in your divine feminine. Why is the Fool card in reverse for Cancer? House. All right, you may feel just more comfortable just not dealing with the situation, getting out of your comfort zone. You may just, like if this is a workplace environment, you may just decide, well, I don't want to deal with this. I'm just going to go home. I'm just going to mind my own business. And you may just focus on what you can control in your own house. If it is something in the family, I feel like you just want to keep the peace in the house. Tell me about this King of Wands in the reverse with the Justice in reverse. So I feel like this is someone that may flirt with you, or maybe there's some sort of sexual harassment at work, or someone that crosses boundaries and you just don't want to deal with them. This is someone that could be definitely crossing boundaries with people. It may not be with you, but you may see it with other people. So this is someone that could be abusing their power in the workplace or in a family dynamic. Courtship in the reverse. So this is someone that's taboo. They're acting taboo. It's something that you're aware of. What is the courtship with the Page of, or the rebirth with the Page of Cups? So you're trying to approach the situation delicately and without confrontation. But I feel like you may think that this is a business of the court. You may decide to take this person to court, or you may decide that there will be a time when legal action will have to take place, or some kind of judgment is going to have to occur. But for now, I feel like you're trying to be like tread lightly. But it's something that's in the back of your mind. You may feel like the situation will have to be resolved through the court system or through some sort of judge. Or third party may have to decide. And you may just be trying to tread lightly and be non-confrontational about the whole situation for now. Tell me about the Priest and the Five of Swords in the reverse for Cancer. So yeah, we have courthouse now. So I feel like you feel like eventually this is going to have to go to the court system, or there will be some kind of official. And I feel like, so you're just going to wait for that to happen. You have faith that this person will eventually be caught, or the situation will eventually go to some sort of legal battle. So, and you could be working with the law, you could be working with the court system, but I feel like you're doing things lightly and slowly, and maybe you're initiating that this week. But you're going to have faith and persevere until this is maybe taken up more officially in the court system. And you may not want to confront now. All right, let's get a sacred forest message for you, Cancer. What is the message for Cancer this week? All right, so we have Wise Woman of the Grove, Grace, number 49. The spirit of the wise woman of the grove says, you can relax and let go. Your path is guided. Spiritual nobility is growing within you. The spirit of grace is softly unfolding in your life. Kindly honor the truth of others, even if you don't agree or if you know better. The Creator knows the truth. Yeah, I feel like you know when people are in the wrong, but you're not going to be the one to judge. You're going to have grace. And you may not agree with this person. You may not like what they're doing. If it is a person, it could be a situation around you that you feel is inequitable. But you're still going to have grace and maybe even keep to yourself, because you know that with faith, God will take care of all. So I feel like you could be letting go of control. Just you're noticing it, though. You see it, and you're going to allow things to unfold naturally, is what I feel. Okay, so let's get a crystal gem for you, Cancer. All right, we have terminated quartz. Get out of your own way. Yeah, you're not going to be the one to call someone out this week, and you're not going to get in your own way either. So you're going to observe and be graceful. So that's what I have for you, Cancer. Have a great week. Thanks for watching.